Good evening, boys and girls. Welcome to another live edition of the Highbury Squad. A very special show lined up for you this evening, plus some of your feedback and responses to last night's show. Very interesting. Here we go. Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Please stand clear of the discussion doors. The next stop is Highbury Squad. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back. Woo, very white there with the light. It's a very weird day in California, kind of stormy, cloudy. So, I may have to adjust the blinds. Good evening. Welcome, everyone. How are you doing this evening? Here we are back again. Woo! Feels good, doesn't it, to be reunited on another fabulous football evening. Many of you listening on replay, thank you so much for tuning in. And to all those listening on iTunes and Spotify and Acast, thank you so much for tuning in too. Lots of football tonight, so I was trying to go a little earlier so everyone can enjoy, hopefully seeing Super Kev's Everton save themselves from relegation. We shall see. Super Kev working the game this evening. He will be back tomorrow night for Kevin Says. I've already seen his questions and his dicky bow from today. So get fired up for tomorrow night because it's going to be... Right. Before we get stuck into the special event at the Tollington tomorrow night, we'll have Magic Mike here with us to talk us through it and explain what is happening at the landmark pub for all Gooners. You will see some of your favorite people there. And if you are in London, you're not going to want to miss out. But before we get to that point, let me say, good evening, squaddies. How rude of me. At ease, everybody, at ease. Trash Panda, how weird. I have your comment lined up to read out from YouTube last night. Hello, everyone in the house. 3-0, baby. North London Derby, your boys took a hell of a beating. Whoa. I love how we're attracting Spurs fans on this show. We've got a ton of them, but not all of them as classy as our Ethelston, really, are they? Stay big, boss man. Enjoy the show. And enjoy looking at our trophy cabinet, which is shiny and needs polishing often, whereas yours is bare, barren. Let's be honest, you may have finished above us for the last 5 seasons, but we'd rather win silverware. And even in our darkest times, we won 4 FA Cups. You fired a globally renowned winning manager a week before the League Cup final and let Ryan Mason run that for you. So, welcome and enjoy your stay. We hope you enjoy it. Good evening to everyone in the house. Welcome back, K Marlon, GD, Arnie, Mark, Tammy, Ian, every single one of you. You're not going to want to miss Magic Mike's story, by the way, of his first few hours in London. It's absolutely hilarious. But let's get this rolling, shall we? Let's see, Trash Panda. That video was one of your best. You're one of the few who I feel completely understands our situation. Keep up the amazing work, and yes, let the trophies talk for us. I love that. Let's get started with your comment, Trash Panda, from last night's show. They came in thick and fast, hundreds of them on the YouTube channel and a ton of DMs as well. I'm going to read out as many as I can, and then tomorrow when I'm with Kev, we're going to read out a lot of your comments from the Super Kev shows over the last 2 weeks. And of course, Kev has some new questions for you, and I'm sure there'll be fire tomorrow night, and I look forward to that. So bear with me for a second. All right, Trash, here's your comment. Weirdly, I agree with Sophie. I think people like to simplify stuff so it will make more sense for them. Life is hardly ever not complex and nuanced. We are a young team with a lot of needs. I think the club is currently scared of taking risks on big contracts. We've had veteran players come in and not care and just coast on massive contracts. We've corrected it a bit, but it's for the best in terms of our future culture. We've had tons of crucial injuries with no depth. Manager is still learning. Enjoy the ride. There's a lot of truth to that. I don't like to make excuses about injuries. We had the opportunity to address that in the January transfer window, and I think we missed the mark. So yes. Moss Sports Talk, Man Super Kev did a little interview thing about Rooney at 14. That was awesome. He's got some great Rooney stories. By the way, What do you guys make of that trial with Jamie Vardy's wife and Wayne Rooney's wife? I thought the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial was fire, but man, talk about Wagamama. That is quite the the spectacle to follow. And yesterday there was handbags at dawn between Jamie Vardy and Wayne Rooney. Jamie Vardy claiming Wayne Rooney's lying. Wayne Rooney appalled by the fact that Jamie Vardy might be lying. Crazy, absolutely crazy. I will tell Super Kev he's doing a smashing job. He's everywhere with Arsenal and Everton in the positions there are. The man has been running around doing everything. So yeah. Ah, big boss man. Carry on. I get out one of our trophy pictures, or is it the Invincibles, or is it winning the league at White Hart Lane? Not once, but twice. Don't get me started tonight because I'm all for it. Let's read out a couple more. Matt. Whose fault is January, though? Matt B on YouTube. Whose fault is January, though? Manager has to go. It's as simple as that. It's funny seeing everyone backtrack and say, who would have thought we'd be in this position? Most Gooners had a stupid song about the CL, so they thought, I hate that song, Matt. I said it on last night's show. I don't like it, and I also don't like the fact that it's the only song that we sing. Maybe when Magic Mike's at the Everton game on Sunday, he can instigate something else, but it's like we either sing that or we sing the Saka and Emil Smith Rowe song. What about a song, Gabby's song? What about Ramsdale? What about Gabrielle? I just think it's gotten a little bit boring and uninventive. Put that coffee down, says, by the way, very nice name. We have a right to support our club and not support the manager or the current board. Some of us have been going for 45 years and we know our club. We haven't just appeared in the last few years. And some of us, though, we know this board is weak, and I still won't be quiet. We'll keep calling out the mediocrity to the end and this apprentice coach and his coaching team to go. My point last night was that he's just signed a new deal. So I'm going to put my energy elsewhere because currently he's not going anywhere. Now, if he loses 10 games in the first 10 games of the season, then that might be an argument for next year. If he doesn't do well, then maybe that momentum will shift. But right now, he's the man. And that's the truth. So that's all we got to go on. Good evening, Craig. You and Taib seem to be forming quite the friendship. Newman might get jealous. Be very careful. George O'Brien has supported Arsenal for 54 years. There is also somebody on the YouTube comments, and I hope I can find it, because they have supported Arsenal since 1945. And they listened to the show and they talked about exactly that same thing, is being there during the ups, being there during the downs, seeing the club fall, seeing the club rise, and how stressful that is and how challenging that is as a fan. FBJ says, I totally agree with most of Sophie's opinions. I personally see a difference in how our club is being run now. The owners are 100% behind Mikel Arteta. I'm optimistic. Mr. Miyagi, catching that fly with the chopsticks, special stuff, says, I just don't think Arteta will take us where we want to be. I, like you, had humble pie in the oven, but yet again, we bottled it. The young players have done well, but January killed us. 13 losses is way too much, and the manner of some of them is so bad. We could be playing now at Newcastle and still not score. Like you said, the board love him, so the pain will continue. Chris says, hey, Sophie, great show as always. I agree with everything you've said. I've been saying most of these things as well to my wife, who I got watching football. She watched the game against Chelsea and Man United and got very excited. But then Spurs and Newcastle came into town and she was getting stressed, shouting at the TV. She couldn't believe what she was seeing and called them soft. Chris, how dare you do that to your wife? Huh? What are you thinking? I was trying to find some comments that were against some of the things that I was saying. Patrick Carlson, by the way, is claiming that Newcastle will win the league next year, but I don't think that's going to happen. Gunner down under says, "Oh, I'm so tired of the youngest team comment. The youngest team that, the youngest team this. One couldn't give a rat's ass about the youngest team. One simply wants a winning team. Is that too much to ask? Stan and Josh, love your work, Soph. I mean, the truth is, we are the youngest team. There's nothing we can do about that, you know? And it's the reality. And with being a young team comes naivety. I think we have mature young players, like I said last night, but there's a naivety to us as well. Let's see. Danny's in the house. Burkamp Wonderland, also famous duo from the Sunday roast. Slowly, slowly, catchy monkey. We are there. Just need a fit squad and a striker or two. Yeah, I think we need a little bit more than that. Good news for everyone. This comment, I think I'll just remove it. Everything I say to my wife backfires, says Magic Mike. Yeah, well, you should be lucky you're still married. How many times has she let you come to London to watch the Gunners this season? Seriously. The Mr. Arsenal podcast, I'm literally praying Arsenal don't ruin my birthday weekend. There is a very famous quote from a legendary broadcaster here, Al Michaels. Michael, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it's Al Michaels from the 1980 Olympics, where the USA beat Russia. And it was an improbable win. Russia were the dominant force in ice hockey, and the USA were just kind of building their team and trying to enforce themselves into the sport. And that win was insane. And Al Michaels, in his broadcast when the gold medal win happened, said, "Do you believe in miracles? Sports can create miracles." Now, I'm not sure Norwich City have it in them to help us with this miracle, but stranger things have happened. Remember that season when Tottenham just had to go and beat a relegated Newcastle team and ended up losing 5-1 and we finished above them? For these reasons, I live in hope that anything is possible. And it is Al Michaels. Yes, thank you very much. No way, says Stefan. No, I didn't. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Let's see. Carl Lewis says, this is nonsense, Sophie. Arsenal are a massive club and it's time you guys realize that nobody forced Arteta to choose to work with a young squad. He did it so he can be excused for his lack of progress over 2.5 years. I don't think we had a choice, but there you go. I love this question from Chrissy B. Do you think we will be great again? Answer that one, squaddies. Do you think we will be great again? That's an interesting one. And Brady's Banana, I loved your message last night saying how much we missed you, missed us. We miss you as well. Yeah. Do you think we'll be great again? Cyclical, right? Look at Manchester United right now. Manchester City were in oblivion. Their owners changed their trajectory. Same with Chelsea. Chelsea are going to realize what it means to work within a budget with the new owners from the LA Dodgers. Manchester City will probably be super dominant. Liverpool spend their dollars exceptionally wisely and have a phenomenal recruiting team that just seem to find gem after gem. And let's all be thankful that they gazumped Tottenham over Luis Diaz, right? Let's see. Lone Star says, yes, we will be great, but after the City-Liverpool cycle. And it does happen in cycles. Magic says, yeah, my grandson will come to my graveside someday and tell me how great Arsenal have become. Tammy says, not for a very long time. Tebow, absolutely. We're going to do a special show on players that we want next week, so look out for that. I will keep your comments coming. We had a choice with 250 million spent, but so the juxtaposition is this. Bonzo says yes, Take That says yes. Elliot says, I'll await the presence of your partner in the pods. He's coming tomorrow. Don't you worry about it. He will be here and you can ask him anything you want. I think I don't know what I was going to say, but I think that, you know, we were lauding the team when they were playing well. We kill them not. This is what I was saying on Sky the other day. Gary Neville kind of killing us, saying Xhaka was a disgrace. He's called Manchester United players a disgrace this season, called them out for not having any leadership or accountability. So many people have criticised Arsenal for not having any of that and being totally apathetic. not being proud to wear the shirt, just kind of checking in and checking out. And the minute someone steps up and says something, he's crucified. I feel like we are truly the team that is damned if they do and damned if they don't. You know what I mean? Please do hit the like button. There are a few of you in chat tonight, less, of course, because of the football that's going on and that we're going out earlier. I will keep reading your comments, keep them coming in. In the meantime, why don't we bring in the man of the moment who's had the most hellish experience since he has landed in London, Mr. Magic Mike. Welcome to the show.
I am in a place that has a roof and a window and air conditioning. I mean, I couldn't be better. I couldn't be better. I could have been better before, but I'm all right now.
Have you had any sleep?
How you been?
Have you had any sleep?
No, I last slept about 36 or 37 hours ago. I mean, it's not, I could have gotten some sleep on the plane, but I was too busy drinking and texting my son.
And me. And who else?
You, and
Danny.
I mean, my family, basically. I mean, you're part of it. And it's been a wonderful day today.
Okay, so you're getting all that. Hold on 1 second. Mark's like, Bonzos, what jail is that? Tammy is welcoming you. Rich as well. Is Mike about to do karaoke? Is asking. Newman's asking. AK, is Mike going to Orlando? Welcome, Magic Mike. Arnie's got the fire sign, and Danny, of course, is saying not that chubby oaf again.
Yeah, he and I are about done with each other, I think, at this point. Can't wait to see Arnie tomorrow night.
No Sunday roast anymore? You guys having a what was that famous duo that fell up, the Mikes, the New Yorkers?
I'm Mike and Mike. You're talking about Mike and the Mad Dog.
Yeah. Great documentary, by the way, you guys. If you want to see a really good sports documentary, Mike and the Mad Dog, brilliant stuff. So you and Danny on the outs?
Duos? Like we don't have to.
I mean, Sunday roast is like cult waiting to happen. I mean, if people aren't tuning in, they're I don't know what they're doing.
I think you're being called on to host this Sunday, because I will be in no shape to be podcasting at 10 p.m. this Sunday after being at the Everton game. One way or the other, I'm not going to be at a Sunday roast. So I think Danny is calling on you to be his co-host.
Haven't had that message yet, but fine. And also, I would like to ask you, do you believe in miracles, Magic? Do you?
I believe in miracles, but this would be a little beyond the pale. I believe in Norwich taking a 1-0 lead and holding on to it until the 89th minute and absolutely driving that nail and stick into our bodies until it hurts, because that's the Arsenal way. But so it won't be over early, but it will be over, is my prediction.
But remember, when you didn't believe, and myself and many were saying to you, you can do it. You didn't believe that you could win this, my friend. You were like, Soph, I'm going to London. I'm never going to win. But you know what?
I don't remember saying that.
You never thought. Sure. No, you didn't think you were going to win. But you hoped that you would. You know what I mean?
No,
and you did.
That was just me being humble and,
so you were lying to me, basically, is what you're saying.
I was. I mean, I pretty much knew I was going to win. No,
right.
No, but that I love that picture. And like I told you before, the phone call, I get back. So what Sophie just brought up was a very, very special thing in my Arsenal fandom and life and Gooner family and all the things that we're talking about, was winning a really good recognition for Gooners versus Cancer. And when I got back to my flat in Highbury, pre-breaking the chair under my incredible weight.
Saw the video, yeah.
Before that happened, I got back, and who calls me at 3 a.m. in the morning crying but Sophie? It was special. It was very, very special. I mean, I was
very, very
never
proud
seen
of
Sophie
you.
Cry. She was like, but it was really, really cool though.
They may have seen me cry once this season. I think I got choked up about something. I'm not quite sure what it was, but may have done that.
Was it
Just a quick one for
Saka's knee
AK.
slide after that
Yeah,
goal that he scored
probably.
where he flipped over? Yeah, I get really emotional about that too.
Yeah. AK, we've never switched on super chats. This show has never, ever, ever done a super chat ever. So you ask
If
whatever
you
you
want,
want.
if you want to reward the incredible content that you're getting right now, you can super chat at goonersvcancer.com.
There you go. There you go. There you go. If you want, we send our super chat money Mike's way. Right. Of course, I'm a big baby. Thank you, Newman. But yeah, no
What
super
happened to Newman's
chats.
name?
No
I thought
worries,
Newman changed
AK.
his
No
name to
worries,
like
babe.
Newman is a monster or something like that. Didn't Newman
You
have
know,
a
I
different
think
name?
I've unearthed that video I have of him on a very early Highbury Squad episode, and it's going to go viral this summer. Let's just say that. You know what I mean? It's happening. Right, Mike. I know you're a busy man. You've had no sleep. We actually have a bet going because I was stuck at Heathrow for 14 hours, but I had a 24-hour Marks and Spencer's next to me, and I got the chicken stuffing sandwich. I think I had 3 little mini bottles of Prosecco. I went in for the roasted chicken and got some bits and pieces. Even did a Sky Sports segment in between. So here you are on hour 30 now.
36. Yeah. So as I do when I come over to London, I got an Airbnb, and because much of my trip in London, as we'll talk about, has to do with the Tollington this weekend, I got a place about 5-minute walk from the Tollington. And I got a little nervous with the guy. Like I was communicating with him in advance, and he didn't really, like, he seemed way too unconcerned about my needs, which most people are not concerned about my needs, but he was. My needs were basic, like when will I meet you to check in? So I get here this morning at 6. He says I'll meet you at 12:30. Check my bags up at Holloway Road, and actually had a nice morning. I went to Little Wonder Cafe, met up with Elliot, who's in town as well. Went to the Coronet, met up with Lee Judges, and then it got ridiculous because dude said he would meet me at 12:30. 6 o'clock, I'm sitting in the goddamn Coronet. Waiting for this guy, and his texts are like, oh, my bed broke, I'm waiting for the mattress guy, I'm walking over. It was all different kind of excuses every 20 minutes. So if I had been with my family, if I had been with anyone that I cared about as opposed to just me, it would have been an absolutely disastrous day. But as it was, I just sat in the Coronet and the Weatherspoons on Holloway Road and just had beer after beer after beer. So,
And then this happened.
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't.
We're not going to share the story where you got in a pickle about something.
Yeah.
We'll just leave that one to the side. Maybe we'll tell it on another day.
I got in a smelly pickle.
Yeah, we'll leave that one there. But you did go Greek. How was the bitter? How was that?
It was good. I unfortunately I picked the wrong beer. I knew I should have gone with what is it? CO?
Gale.
Yeah. Should have gone with that. I went with the Mythos, which I know is I remembered that from when I went to Athens to watch the Arsenal. But
and it almost got wrecked by Olympiacos fans.
I did, but we won 3-0, Giroud. Yeah. But yeah, it was good. I had me some lamb, which it had been about 12 hours. It's been a weird day. It feels like the kind of day that's lasted for a week, and I haven't even done it.
I've kind of lived through the morning with you, and to be honest with you, this is okay, but this isn't. This is a chain. It's not like going to a taverna or a local joint. When next season we have to time it, so we're in London together for the games, and you are going to eat proper Greek food. Trust me. All right.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah,
mate?
I mean that was just across the street. I knew it wasn't legit. I just had to take the picture because I wanted to give you my tribute and be with your people.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not afraid to criticize anyone name blocked, and ask Mike about how I probably don't get a media pass because I have criticized the Cronkies. He was sitting next to me when I grilled Unai Emery next to the director of communications at Arsenal. And I've had the opportunity to maybe go to the Rams and do some stuff. And I'm unafraid to criticize the Cronkies because I love my club. Kevin and I did a show called The Debate where we tried to show that the Cronkies have really had total control over the club since 2018. Therefore,
Well,
why would
I
they
don't think he's
invest in
talking
the
about
club
the
prior to that?
I don't think he's talking about the Cronkies. He's talking about the Creonkies.
Oh,
And
they're a
that's a
different
whole
family.
that's a whole different they own Leighton Orient. It's a whole different situation. The Creonkies.
Oh, look who's back. The Leicester fan who's been AWOL most of the season is back to give us our dues. Welcome to the Leicester fans. Welcome to the Manchester United fans and the Spurs fans. We're glad that you're here. Enjoy hanging out with us. Right. Mike, let's get stuck into this. I'm loving this. Mike, I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't. If I criticize, I'm a hater. And if I support the club, I'm a flip-flopper. I don't know what to do anymore. Tell me
the
what
show
to
writes
do.
itself. The squaddies write this show. I mean, you really shouldn't get a writing credit for this because they just do it. Russ is in the house bitching about the Creonkies. I mean, it's such a good group of people.
Creonkies.
The Creonkies. I mean, F them.
Russ is actually trying to steal your thunder. Last night, he was inviting the squaddies over to the Tollington to do a meet and greet with him, which I thought was fabulous.
Whatever gets people there tomorrow night, I don't care. I mean, Russ wants to show off his incredible piece of art that's at the Tollington. He can do that. That's fine. If everyone comes over to see Russ and no one wants to see me, I'm good. I'm good.
Right.
I'll probably be stuck in the toilet anyway.
I played the video that you sent yesterday. There's going to be a host of Arsenal influencers. I hate that word influencers, but Arsenal podcasters
do too, but it's kind of fun.
And YouTubers there tomorrow night. Talk us through it and tell us exactly what's going to happen at the good old Tolly. Gooner Russ bought me a half pint.
You sure he wasn't buying that for judges? Because he's the one that consumes the half pints.
No. By the way, Name Block now is saying that you're on the PR payroll. Man, we wish we were making hand over fist, Mike. Here, we're making hand over fist.
Oh, I don't even have to work anymore because all the PR work I'm doing for Arsenal. It's great. They should have put me. They could have put me up in a damn hotel room tonight.
Amazing. Well,
Mr.
the good
Waffles
folks at the Tollington are giving you space and you are doing your thing. Tell us exactly what's happening, Mike. You've flown all the way from these great United States to do this.
I just thought that, well, first of all, that the plan was to have a celebration of our return to the European champion, to the UCL, the Champions League, the European Cup. Hasn't quite worked out that way, but it's almost, in a sense, more apropos, because when times are tough, like I said in the video you played last night, which I still haven't been to sleep since I saw that, when times are tough, you need a night like tomorrow night to kind of bring you back to earth. So tomorrow night at 7 p.m. at the Tollington, from 7 until whenever. I think the pub's open until 2 a.m., which when I lived here, every pub closed at 11, and that was some bullshit. But they're open till 2. We're just going to be getting together. It's not a live show. It's not a I mean, what you guys did at the place, the Hippodrome was amazing. I loved it. I told you I had just come home the week before. I loved that format. And we're going to try to do something for Gooners versus Cancer like that in early September. But this is just an informal get-together. Come to the Tollington, have beer. You're
streaming it. People are asking if you're going to stream it.
We're not going to stream it live, but we will probably have a lot of content that comes from it. We'll have videos. We'll upload. You guys are going live during the thing, so if we can get,
we're hoping to get a couple of you on during the show tomorrow.
We can do a little cameo between 8 and 9 o'clock tomorrow when you and Kev are on. We'll do that. But I mean, it's just about celebrating the Gooner lifestyle and obviously pitching together to help kick cancer, because that's what Gooners versus Cancer is all about. So, so it'll be, I like to do something more than just ask people for donations, because that gets old after a while.
So what's up for grabs?
Well, first, there's three things other than seeing your most favorite influencers. And
are you going to reveal their names now or later?
Let's do that. Jerby will be there. The football gerbil is making an appearance tomorrow night, and you'll want to hang out with him. He's a lot of fun. Tom Canton, or as you say, Tom Canton, will be there from the Gooner Talk TV and Football.London. Kaya Kynak, also from Football.London, will be there.
That's cool.
Kaya's a great guy, and I've never met him in person, but he's been on our podcast, and dude is like 6'30". He's apparently very, very tall. Very tall. So you have to come and see how tall he is, if for no other reason. Who else will be there? Dan Potts and Lee Judges from Lee Judges TV. Elliot and Paz from the Arsenal Vision podcast. Spent some time with Elliot this morning. Lovely guy.
Nice. Have they done their Arsblog event yet, or is that when's that happening?
They're doing that on Saturday, so we're kind of stealing the thunder a little bit the night before. And if you're going to that event, or if you're streaming it, they're going to be hungover because of what we're doing on Friday night. Just know that. Arsblog may come later on. I can't publicize him because he has plans, but he's going to try to stop by. Same with Tim Stillman. FK from the Latte Firm will be there. Turkish will be there from Turkish LDN TV. Lee Judges does not have a Millwall girlfriend. I've met his partner, and she's lovely.
That's from the Hippodrome event. That was a little run-in joke. So
I know, but so it's just going to be a great crowd, influencers, podcasters, human beings.
It's a brilliant It's a brilliant lineup, Mike. Like when you think of, you got Arsenal Vision, you got Lee Judges TV, you got the Gooner Talk TV, you got Latte Firm. You may have Arsblog and Tim Stillman, and coupled with that, you got Turkish as well.
The only person we're missing is you, and you have to just go and
fire up the jet. We need a private jet. We need to find a rich Arsenal person to just fly us all everywhere. The squaddies, all of us. Come on.
And there'll be more people there. I can't necessarily say who's going to be there or not, but just it'll be fun, and it's really kind of heartwarming because I didn't have a lot of time to plan this, and I was thinking we'll do like a live podcast, but then it just became, let's just get together and have fun. Whether we're celebrating something or we're trying to take our mind off of something, whatever it ends up being, and it's turned into the latter. Let's just have fun and remember what it is to be a family of Gooners, and I know I kind of preach that and I'm cheesy about that, but I'd rather focus on what's about to happen tomorrow night than what happened on Thursday night and Monday night. That's just me, because I can't control those two things. I can have fun tomorrow night, and I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of you there.
Well, there's a good few people in the chat saying that they'll be there. Super Kev would love to be there. He sent a special message saying good luck with everything. He's working today, but as you know, he's a massive supporter of Gooners v Cancer, and he wishes that he could be there. He
has been so generous to this charity. So many people have. It's really heartwarming. And I saw Lynn asked earlier how you can donate.
Yes, how?
Let's talk about that. There is always the ability to donate on the website. You can go to goonersvcancer.com, and you can always get into whatever raffle or auction we're doing. And I'll get to the auction in a minute. But if you're there on Friday night, we wanted to have some special things for people that showed up on Friday night. If you're there on Friday night, if you make a donation of 20 quid, which is $25, you will get, you don't have to win anything. You'll get a free print from Ruth Beckart. You've had Ruth on the podcast. I've been talking to Ruth all day today. She is one of the most lovely Gooners, just bright and beautiful artwork and person and through. And she has been so generous to donate tons and tons of her prints. It's
And Mike,
Highbury.
she's given us, you can see on the ticker tape, you guys, Ruth has given us a lifetime
Yeah,
discount for the squaddies, 20% off all of her stuff, but she's giving it away for free tomorrow night, you guys,
yeah. I
for
mean,
a good cause.
any donation you make, you'll get this. I mean, you don't have to like maybe get this, and I'm going to try to let people pick. I mean, probably have 100 of these, but there's Thierry Henry, there's the Arsenal Football Club. I know I've got the
You've got that background on, so they're
yeah, I've
not
got that
coming
weird
out clear.
background, so
You've
it's
got
not
that,
showing up.
yeah.
But yeah, great art.
She's done the East
Everyone,
Stand. She's done the city of Islington, the tube station. She's done the North Bank, the Clock End. I mean, she's even done the protest, which is an amazing piece based on a photograph that someone took on that day. She's got Burkamp, the Invincibles, the dressing room. I mean, she's done it all, mate. She's brilliant.
Ian Wright showing his
The
179
179, yeah.
when in fact he hadn't actually scored that goal. Do you
I
know
know, it
that
was great
story?
though, wasn't it? And then he did it again.
that he did it again in the same game. But she's fantastic and so generous, and so you'll get a piece of her art, and you'll walk away from tomorrow night with that. Also, everyone that donates tomorrow night at the event, at the end of the night, we're going to put everyone's tickets into a hat and draw one for this 1991 shirt signed by the one and only Arsenal cult legend. When I say cult legend, who do you think of?
Perry Groves.
Perry M.F.ing Groves, one of the nicest ex-Arsenal players I've ever met. And
he's top shelf, isn't he? And he's been so supportive as well. He met you guys at the Tolly for a drink the last time you were in London. Who does that? Amazing.
We were, yeah. It actually wasn't the Tolly. It was Alcedo. It was Jack's
Alcedo.
Wine Bar. And
love Jack.
What a good time it was. I can't talk about the things that we discussed, but and he donates every year a Legends tour for two and beers afterwards. I call it the Perry Groves experience, and the first person other than myself to collect on the Perry Groves experience is Mark Mertz from Green Bay, who's a friend of mine from the States. He won it last year, and he's going to the Tollington with him tomorrow after a tour, and couldn't be more excited. So, I mean, so someone will win that tomorrow night. Everyone will get the Ruth Beck art, and everyone that enters the drawing is getting one of 500 entries for Sophie, the best piece of Arsenal memorabilia that exists.
It really is. It's the greatest of all time. There's nothing better than that. That is so unique. For those who've been under a rock and haven't seen the video played on this show and other shows before, tell them exactly what that shirt is. And by the way, the JVC just makes my hair go on end.
It does. Like I'm buying completely defunct electronics just so that I have JVC. Like I'm buying 30-year-old obsolete electronics so that I can like remember when I became an Arsenal fan. Anfield '89 is a big part of my youth, a big part of my Arsenal backstory, and everyone remembers that famous Brian Moore.
Oh yeah, legend.
Yeah. Arsenal comes streaming forward.
He was the voice of football for us. He and John Motson back in the day. But Brian Moore, he's a total legend.
And you know, if you've watched the movie '89, if you lived through it, if you've watched Fever Pitch, you know this one thing that he said, and you remember the moment when the ball came out from John Lukic, went to Lee Dixon,
didn't want it,
throws it forward to Alan Smith, who finds Michael Thomas, and I asked Alan Smith, who I'm fortunate enough to call a friend, if he would make this happen. And a year later, it happened. So do you have the video? Do you want to play it?
Well, I have your introduction and then the video, which I'll play at the end. We'll do it. I don't have the video on its own. Yeah.
Well, I can send that to you. But Alan basically went to his mates from his team and put together a shirt where each person has signed their name and written the Brian Moore part of that saying when the ball was at their feet. So John Lukic writes, "Arsenal comes streaming forward," and then signs it. Lee Dixon says, Dixon up to Smith, signs it, and all the way up to, it's up for grabs now, Thomas right at the end, and Michael Thomas signs it. And I just, there are no shirts like that out there. This is the only place you can get it. And I don't mean to, I'm actually surprised, because I haven't really been working that hard at promoting it, but there's 500 entries that we're doing for this. Each entry is $25, which is, again, about 19 or 20 pounds. And as soon as we get 500 entries, we're going to draw a winner. And there's about 200 left. A lot of those will go tomorrow night, but you don't have to be there tomorrow night. You can go to goonersvcancer.com and bid on it. And someone's going to win this thing and be the only person that can say that they have that shirt. So
it's so beyond collectible and so special. I mean, you know, when you talk about, there's always this argument about which is the greater moment, you know, Anfield 89 or Aguero, the blue moon is rising. I don't think you can compare the two, because
the only thing that was good about Aguero was who was it? Peter
Drury. Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
Peter's amazing, but I'm sorry, that moment.
No, Mike, you got to go to Liverpool. And Liverpool are the Galacticos of Europe at the time. They're invincible in their own way.
Times 8 at
Mate, we had to go there and win 2-0 to win the league, and that was just the most outrageous.
When normally the season's over.
Yeah. The most outrageous night, ever. And that shirt, the fact that they have written on it and they've chronicled it with the shirt that the players wore on the night, it is, for me, one of, other than the Invincibles doing something of winning the league at White Hart Lane, that to me is what is the greatest piece of Arsenal memorabilia I've ever seen, ever. And we do a lot with football prizes on this show.
We've had Lee Dixon on the pod, and he put on a shirt once, which was basically the shirt he wore in that game, signed by every one of his teammates. Now, if I could have that from him, maybe we'd top it. But other than that, which I think he's he's not going to give that up. I think this is pretty good. So again, you can watch the video. We can actually, if you go to goonersvcancer.com, the video's on that page. The ability to donate's on that page. And again, it's not exclusive to people. The giveaways, the Perry Grove shirt, the Ruth Beck art stuff, that's the special stuff for people that come to the Tollington on Friday. But the shirt, the 89 shirt, it literally is up for grabs now.
It's amazing.
We've got about 280 people that have gotten entries, and there's about 220 left. And when it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah, and we'll keep playing it until that 500 comes to roost. Don't forget, go to Gooners v Cancer. You can make your donations there. If you're in London, be sure to swing by the Tollington tomorrow. There are going to be so many great Arsenal folks there. Gooner Russ might even buy you a half pint. And he did offer me a full pint. I'm just saying. But, you know, it's Russ, so we like to have a little bit of a... He's always moaning at poor Jen to make him tea when he's in chat.
Russell is the most mismatched person I've ever met, because in type and print, you think one thing about him, but then when you see him, all you want to do is hug the dude.
Oh, he's wonderful. I love him to bits. I could hang out with Russ all the time and not get bored. Mike, they're saying no more tickets for Tollington. My Gunner buddies are saying they're in London. Wow, what an event. Is that right? Are you aware of this? No, right?
There are no tickets to begin with. It's just basically show up at 7, and if the pub gets too big to let you in, then I suppose that's a problem. But this is not a ticketed event. It's not it's not a registered thing. I honestly don't know whether there's going to be like 4 people plus the people that we've talked about there, or 200 people. Either way, it's going to be a good time, but it's not anything you have to register for. I would suggest getting there, as soon after 7 as you can, just in case the place gets full. But
yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Mike, before we let you go, I can't believe you and Elliot don't like this. Maybe it's a girl thing. I don't know, but you do have the shirt, but you do not. I
don't have. I tried it on. I did not buy it.
Wow.
I did not buy. Literally 8 a.m. this morning. We're at Little Wonder, and they're opening the Armory across the street. And it occurs to me, we could be one of the first people to physically buy this shirt. And I went and tried it on. Now that is a 3XL, which is the biggest one that they had. But I don't like the collar. I don't like the tightness around the neck. And again, that's my fault. I'm not, it's not a manufacturing defect that I have like 91 chins, but I'm not a fan. I don't think it's classy to have a collar. It's just weird. Unless the only person that can wear a collar on a football jersey should be Eric Cantona. He's the only one that can do it, in my opinion.
I do think that there's probably going to be more of an appeal to women with the collar. And if we had that type of play with the bravado to put the collar up, we could have something iconic next season. Look at me trying to paint pictures and tell stories before they've even happened. How wonderful would it be to sign a player?
Yeah, imagine Granit Xhaka with his collar up like
that. No. I said new player. Okay, I said new player. Oh, okay. I love it though. It's different. It's cool. I love the retroness of the collar. I know a lot of dudes don't like it, but I've also seen a lot of players, a lot of guys that do like it. And Danny's saying, right, he used to tuck the collar in when he wore the original collar version. This is very, very true. So yeah,
the one thing about a collar is you can wear it to a business meeting, but
you'd wear an Arsenal shirt to a business meeting
with a collar, because it's business casual. But no, I'm not gonna get it.
You're getting the black and gold shirt like George and everybody else. So you're just waiting for that.
I'm getting 90 of those. I'm gonna make and my idea earlier, I tweeted it earlier, and I think I'm gonna patent this. I would get a shirt that's just collars. Like collar, like the whole, it would be like the puffy shirt from Seinfeld, but it's just collars. That's all. And that I would do because it would just be so weird. And it would be like Venetian blinds. You can put them up, you can put them down. And it would almost be reversible colors. Like when you put the collars all up, they're yellow, and then when you put them down, they're red. That is the 2023-24 home shirt.
Right. Okay, I've never heard a shirt compared to Venetian blinds before. Kudos to you for always being super creative.
I mean, you're not going to hear that anywhere other than the Highbury School.
Can we also mention that, I know people are like, we lost, new shirt comes out today. It was always a plan for the shirt to come out today, you guys. You can't just pull that off with the marketing campaign overnight to make that happen. The timing of it, and I've always said this previously as well. Arsblog and I went back and forth about that one time. I'm like, I know the timing is what it is, but yeah, exactly. But the £5 for every shirt sold going to the communities within the Arsenal universe, I think is really epic. And if you haven't seen the video, go to Arsenal on Twitter, arsenal.com, and check it out. And I love how they're including our women in all of these campaigns now. Demian will be around next week 100%. To talk about the women and wrap up the season. And Clive's voice. This is real.
I'm sitting there watching the video in front of the Little Wonder, listening to Clive, and Elliot walks up, and I'm like, you know this guy, right? I mean, it's just amazing. And then I went and I didn't buy the shirt. But yeah, Arsenal are a pretty, we're a business.
Yeah, we are. We are brilliant. We're brilliant at business. If we played football on the pitch the same way we market merchandise and swag, oh my gosh, we'd be perennial winners. Perennial winners. Archangel, I suppose the sparks on the collar distract from the lack of sparks on the pitch. And Danny, it's only if you buy it from Arsenal that the £5 is donated.
Well, and they could sell 20,000 shirts and donate $5 a shirt to the Arsenal Foundation and still come up short for what Elliot and his podcast raised for the Arsenal Foundation in 1 week. I mean, this is what I keep wanting to tell people. Arsenal fan base is not what people think it is. It's tomorrow night. It's what Elliot did. It's what you guys do. It's that's, again, when times get tough And this is why I love the Squatties, because they seem to get it more than just about any podcast audience and universe in the world. It's about
we appreciate
family
that.
and community. And I came over hoping for a celebration. My daughter is in here, is in town for the summer. She's going to be doing an internship, and I'm so excited that she's going to be at the Tollington before the game, just to show her the community that we have. And then we'll go out and root for Norwich. So,
let's hope. Hope is not a plan, but we all say it's the hope that kills you. But without hope, it worked for Star Wars, could work for us too. You just never know. And of course, always big up Magic Mike, all the things that he's doing to raise money for such a great cause. And to all of the Arsenal community, the podcasters, the YouTubers, the people, the listeners, from the Squaddies to everyone. There's been people saying they've donated tonight, Lynn and Gooner Russ and a whole bunch of others.
That hasn't gone unnoticed. I appreciate it, Russ and everybody else that's donated during this show. I mean, I'm going to get to my phone. I'm going to see a bunch of notifications, and it's fantastic.
Yeah. Well, look, I know that you have, if you want to hear a little bit more from Magic, he's popping over now it's the Magic Mike tour. Hopefully it'll be, listen, if you can bring the same juju on Sunday that I did when I was in London.
It's all about Judaism.
I said, such a classic. Don't say shit like that, because someone will say something.
I know. I love you so much. No, you did it. I had it going in October and November. People were begging me to stay, and then I went home and we lost. You, though, got it done. And then, I came over and we lost to Palace and
Brighton and Southampton.
And then I came home and they were still hungover and lost to Southampton. You came over and we beat Chelsea, Manchester United, and Real Madrid, Juventus, and Bayern Munich. So you got it done. Look, I don't know why you went back.
Mike, I'm passing the baton to you. We are rubbing the Buddha belly. Grab it.
Grab it. Nut it.
Well, nut it.
No, I'm not going to do that again. I don't want Kev to broke my neck again.
Oh, I tell you, wait till they see Kev's out.
You gotta hit the like button right now.
I mean, his Dickie Bow today is like off the charts. Yeah, it's insane. And he's ready for everyone tomorrow, and we will be back live tomorrow with Super Kev and the last edition of Kevin Says for the season. So get ready. It's going to be an extravaganza. We will be on air for a fair bit. It's been a while since you guys have connected with Kev on a live basis, so you can ask him anything you want. It's going to be epic. Super Kev and I will also be back on Monday for the season end review. We're giving out awards and all sorts. Does anyone deserve it? I'm not sure, but we're going to do it anyway. And of course, we'll have the post-game show on Sunday after Everton. Until then, what time is it at the Tolly tomorrow, Magic?
7 p.m. London time. See you there. Don't worry if you can't get there by 7. We will be there all night. I will be in the corner, slumped over at some point. Come visit me. It's going to be a good time. Just come and have a good time. And that's what this is all about. Having a good time. And maybe we'll cure cancer as well. By the way, did you get my my joke in the video I sent you about 7?
Did you say junk? Did you say junk?
No. Did you? I sent you the video with 7 and the 246
and the 7.
That was just
tomorrow we'll be on at 8, Tai. Back to our usual time. We'll be on at 8. And who knows, some of these knuckleheads at the Tolly might tune in and say hi to us, as well as having Super Kev back too. Mike, good luck with everything tomorrow night. Keep doing your thing. I hope that your Airbnb works out. And
it's been canceled. I think I might be in this little jail cell for the next 5 days, and frankly it's got air conditioning, so I'm fine.
I mean, it looks very minimalist and modern at the back there. Is that a microwave or a TV? I'm not quite sure. Like,
it's a microwave for me to heat up water.
Oh, fantastic.
It's like one of those, it's not really a hotel, it's like a studio apartment which essentially is
Nice.
a hotel where they don't clean your bed every day. And
Correct.
and who needs that? I mean, you know, I am what I'm the only one that has to live in my own filth, so I'm fine with it.
I love it. Lynn, Magic has been on a few times and he will be on again. Trust us. It's
Love you,
always a
Lynn.
pleasure
Thank you.
talking with you, Mr. Magic, and very proud of all the hard work and graft you're doing. Gooners v Cancer, please go over, donate what you can, even if it's 50p or a buck. Every single bit counts. And don't forget, you can win some fantastic memorabilia while you are there at the Tollington tomorrow, the home of the Arsenal fans, where they love to have a wee pint and wax lyrical about our club. I know things aren't where we want them to be, but things aren't that bad either. Let's be honest. I'm probably going to get killed for saying that too. Doesn't matter. Magic Mike, good luck tomorrow night.
Can't
And if you
believe
want to
you're
see
so
more,
accepting of mediocrity. I mean, how dare you?
I know.
Oh, you
Oh
just
man.
ruined the whole podcast.
Swing by Lee Judges TV, and Mike's going to have a quick chat with Dan Potts and Lee Judges as well in just a little bit. And until tomorrow night, 8 p.m., come back. We will see you, squaddies. Take us out, Magic.
At ease.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Please stand clear of the discussion doors. The next stop is Highbury Squad.
I'm already getting shit for saying things aren't that bad. We all know that we didn't qualify. Let's get over it.